Okay. So when any investment is done by a foreign company, that is known as a foreign investment, they use their capital, they do the investment in various forms like purchasing or hiring the land, machinery, or in labor, raw material. So whenever MNC comes, they have to do investment in all these things. Such type of investment is known as foreign investment. Okay. Next, one more topic, very important topic which you have to learn. The factor which has enabled globalization. What are the factors which made globalization very much possible, which made globalization successful? Okay, in that the first and foremost is technology. Technology. See, till 60s and 70s, the technologies were not that much upgraded or developed. But slowly after 80s and 90s, the technologies in various countries started developing, upgrading. Okay, and with that technologies, these developed countries, okay, where these multinational companies were created, found, they started expanding their branches all over the world. Now, in India, what happened? It arrived late 90s, past 2 to 3 decades. Past 2 to 3 decades, we'll see the multinational started arriving in our country. Another thing was that in our country, the government policies, the restrictions were kept on these multinational companies. That is why they arrived in India late. That's why we started seeing all the multinational brands in India after 2000 or 1 or 2 years before that. Okay. See, for example, you see mobile phones. Okay, it came in India after 2004 or 5. Okay, but in other countries earlier it was already existing. Okay, next, so technology. Another thing to carry all these things, technology like transportation also. There also technology is applied or not. So not only in this material or machinery, transport sector, everywhere the technology matter. You see computer. When did it arrive in our country? After 1990s. That is also important for multinational companies. Comparison is important or not? That is another reason why the multinational company arrived in our country little late. Next, after technology, next one is information. The next thing which plays major role in the success of globalization is information. Information is nothing but whatever we share, okay, in order to progress or develop a nation, a country, or you can say company. Without the information, without the receiving or sending information of anything, we cannot progress or we cannot develop anything. Okay, for example, you take we are operating a multinational company or anything. So there will be certain various information you need to share with your people who are connected, like raw material or selling of the goods or making the payments. So many things you require information or not. Now, so there should be a mode channel for that. If your mode or channel of information is accurate, developed, sophisticated, then very prompt and fast information you can receive and you can send. Okay. See, in your book, one example is given that a magazine is there which is published in London but it is printed in India. Okay. Now imagine that magazine which is published in London, printed in India. What are the reasons behind that? First, production cost. Cost of production is less. Okay. Now suppose what happens through internet. They send the message or the data which has to be printed. Okay, they send even the design of the magazine also. Okay, so it is designed and printed in our country. Okay, later it is transported by air. Technology is used or not? Printing also, designing also, and or transporting also. By a few hours it takes, it gets dispatched. Okay, and now the income or the cost which are incurred on printing and that they will transfer online. So everything happening with the help of technology or not. Okay, so information and technology plays very important role in the globalization. Suppose these two are not there. Okay, so what happened? It will be like a question mark on globalization. Another thing, can that magazine be printed in India? It will be printed, but long time. Someone has to go there personally, bring the information personally, or carry the design and all, then printing again, long time for taking and all. So it is a very long process. Okay, and we know that in today's world, more than money, time is precious. More than money, time is more precious. That is why, so it is one of the most important factor of globalization. Now the third factor which plays very important role in globalization, success of globalization is liberalization. Liberalization. Already we discussed about this topic. Liberalization means removing all the trade barriers, tax barrier, or all the barriers which is laid by different government. Okay, so in this all the barriers has been eliminated, removed. So what happened? The movement of the goods from nation to nation became more accurate, more free. Okay, so because of which what happened? Various products started going across the nation. It started trading among the nation countries. Because of which we started getting multinational brands, multinational products from various nations. We did not go to purchase that product to that nation or to a particular place. Within our country, we are able to find. Even the prices of those products reduced because certain tax barriers used to be there. Earlier, those extra charges used to be also kept on the product. But when those were all removed, the prices, overall price of that product has come down. Okay, so these are the factors which enable the success of the globalization. Next, what I have heard about WTO, World Trade Organization. Okay, it is one of the branch of UNO. Okay, United Nations Organization, like we have WHO and all. Okay, now if you have pencil, you can write down. WTO was started on January 1995. It was started in January, came to be existed in January 1995. It has its headquarters in Geneva. Geneva, Switzerland. Geneva, Switzerland. Okay, it has its headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. Next. By 2006, it has 155 members, countries as member. But as for 2016 and present, there are 164 countries as its member now. At present, from 2016 to present, there are 164 countries as member of WTO. Now, it started in 1995. Before this, how the trading used to take place? What was the organization which used to take care, handle the trade and all of the world?
So maybe the government of the different countries will take
Yes.
the various.
You know, in the year 1948, one organization was formed that was known as GATT, G-A-T-T. General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. It continued from 1948 till December 1995. That's 94. From 1995, January 1995, it was replaced by WTO. India became member of GATT in 1948 itself. When it was replaced by WTO, it continued to be its member of WTO. Since that, India is member of this. Okay, now. What is the role of WTO? Why WTO was formed?
It will maintain the law
Yes,
and order.
very good. See, the name itself says World Trade Organization. So, among the member countries, whoever are the member of World Trade Organization, okay, the main aim of WTO was to have free trade among the member countries without any restriction, without any barriers. Okay, so its main priority, the first priority was to remove the trade barriers, that is liberalization. Okay, so and WTO became more success when liberalization took place from various nations. But in spite of that, okay, still we are not finding complete success in WTO, because in practical still there are many nations who are violating the rules and regulations of WTO in trade. That is why now and then you see trade war between various countries. We saw now USA and China, India and China. Okay, so there are various issues still which are prevailing, but WTO always work for the success of the member nations among the trade. It always try to have equal trading, free trade among the member
The
countries.
member of the countries which are the member of WTO,
Yes.
we cannot ban all the product of that country in our nation.
Yes, what happens? There are some countries who are very powerful, okay, who are very, you can say, developed nations, okay, like we see five veto power countries. You take five countries are there, okay. So what they do, they try to influence the trade, world trade. For example, if you have China and USA, always they try to influence the world trade or not. They try to occupy the various countries' market of developing and less developed countries. Okay, so that problem occurs when more powerful nations, developed nation interferes. Okay, so they influence the entire scenario of the WTO. Okay.